You know, I spent a long time doing videos and fighting division. I've pretty much walked away from videos anymore. Don't do as much as I used to. I just do a lot of research. A lot of research. Doing a lot of stuff. A lot of reading, a lot of research. But anyhow, learned a lot. Woke up to a lot that's going on around me. Fought for other people. One of my major topics that I focused in on for years was division. Division. Okay. And it's sad because, you're online, you do videos, what have you, you're getting censorship, you're getting attacked when you tell the truth, and you're getting censored, and you're getting this, and you're getting this. You're used to it. And most of the time, and then when you do get attacked by somebody, they're assuming shit for you. They don't. Unless they're a troll. If they're a troll, they're just there to get under your skin. They're a bully. They're an online bully. That's what a troll is. It's nothing more than a bully. That's all a troll is. Okay? So they give a troll the name of bully. Bully is a troll online. That's what a troll is a bully, okay? And then you got the bullies in real life. But unless they're a bully, a troll, you would expect that if somebody had a question or didn't understand something you're saying, that they might want to send you a PM, email, to YouTube account and ask you the question. What did you mean by this, or why did you say that? What makes you feel this way or think this way? And in doing so, they would get an explanation for why this person feels the way they do, and then they would understand more about this person. And they would walk away with an understanding of this person, whether they agree or disagree. At least they would understand where the person's coming from. Okay? Most people won't do that, though. Not at all. You know why? Be an inconvenience for them. So don't do that. They'd have to care about somebody else. They can't do that. So they're not going to do that. And so you get used to it online. People become ignorant. They don't understand something you're saying. They don't ask a question to find out why you said what you said. So they assume for you. And they think because they assume for you that they're always right because they assumed it. When the majority of assumptions are wrong, not right. And that's the fact and truthful is the majority of assumptions are wrong, not right. Okay, so now we've gone there. You're wondering why? Well, see, this thing bothers me is that I fought division because division is what's going to take this country down. That's right. This is the reason this country's falling and will fall. Is falling and will fall. Because of division and cowardness. The non-care. It's a combination of things, but division is your number one reason people won't stand together. And if the masses do not stand together to what's going on, we all lose. It's as simple as that. Then you get people who claim to be awake. They know some things. But while they're supposedly awake and they know these things, they're also part of the problem. And they can't even see it. Because they've fallen for the brainwashing that's been laid on them their whole life. And they also groupthink. And want to make sure they fit in. Mm-hmm. You know, then we take what I'm talking about here, the division. And one of the forms of division, we have bullies and trolls. Online trolls and bullies, right? What have I always said about bullies? Maybe that's followed my videos for 10 years. You have to corral the bully when they're a kid. Teach them what's wrong. But In today's society, for years now, what have we done with bullies? When bullies bully kids, kids bully kids. We tell the kid that's being bullied to man up or to woman up. If they kill themselves, we call them weak and we make fun of them. We don't give a shit that they're dead. If they act out, we call them a monster. That's right, if they strike back. They're a villain, they're a monster, they're in the wrong. Meanwhile, the bully can do anything they want to the other person, pretty much. Within reason, okay? They can continue to torment their victim. While society turns a blind eye to it. It starts when you're a kid in school. Parents never crowded, the school system never crowded, and they all said that they'd outgrow it. So then when they grew up, they became adult bullies. And now they don't bully the way they used to bully. A lot of bullies go into law enforcement. Wonder why it's been an outrash of cops beating the shit out of people and killing people. Ignorant, they're dumb, and they're bullies. And they want to fit in. And they want to fit in too, you know. Groupthink mentality, they got to fit in, plus they got to be a bully. They got to pick out the little guy or the little girl. Or the one that's not popular. Or whatever, right? You all said they'd outgrow it. Went into the workplace. Then they picked out the little guy. Or the little girl. And they bullied them. But they don't bully them the way they used to bully in school because they don't want to maybe put their job on the line. See, because a lot of bullies, if they don't become cops and they're in the workplace, they'll try to get a position of power, authority over other people. They enjoy that. So they'll kiss up to the authority in the plant or in the farm or in the dairy or in the store or wherever the workplace environment is, you know. It could be in a plant, it could be in an auto dealership, it could be in a grocery store, it could be in a restaurant, it could be in a fast food place, it could be 1,000 places, right? It's the work environment. So they'll find slicker ways to bully you. Maybe there'll be something with a production line, and maybe sorting something, sort stuff, and pack stuff off a production line. Who knows? Maybe they're packing stuff off a production line. They have apples and oranges, okay? They're packing apples in one box, oranges in another box, right? We'll just use something simple and basic. And the victim is working in the workplace, and the bully's working in the workplace, and they're sorting oranges and apples. And the bully might, when the victim, the one intended to bully, wants to bully, don't get aroused about them. Because, see, the thing is when you grow up, you're in the workplace, and you really grow up and become aware of things, bullies have trouble with people like me. Because if bullies to bully me, they get no response. They can't get the rise that they're looking for. They break their butt to get a rise and they can't get it. Because you're aware of what they're doing. You don't give a fuck. It's the last thing they want to hear, too. It just means they're not getting under your skin. Deflates their ego, you know. Well, when you start deflating their ego, they get a little annoying. So maybe they'll go to extremes and they'll mix up your apples and oranges while you're on break. You know, boxes full of apples and oranges, and production lines coming down, and oranges and apples are coming down the belt. You have to keep getting them off the belt while you're sorting these two boxes. Because while you were gone to lunch, the bully bullied. The bully did their tactic. They want to overmix your stuff. They want that rise. Okay. Let's say you tell your boss, and let's say your boss just got this new position as your boss. That's right. Your boss is awake to what's going on in society, and they know it. They know they're awake. And then there's the other topic that goes right along with this, okay? Bullying and trolling, and there's power. Power absolutely corrupts. No lie. Even in the littlest positions in life, power corrupts. Believe me, I know. I've been around the block, been in a few work environments, been around a few situations where somebody that was a brown noser got a position and their head sort of, and somebody that was a bully got a position, and I've been there. I know. Okay, so now, let's say you told the boss that while you was at lunch, somebody mixed oranges and apples, and the boss told you, "Oh, it was just a mistake. You just made a mistake." You know you didn't make a mistake. You know the oranges are in this box and the apples are in this box, and you can tell the difference between this orange and this apple. But the boss is determined to tell you that you just made a mistake. Because the boss doesn't want to ask any questions to find out. Because this would inconvenience the boss. Somebody on my crew would do something like this. Not on my crew. So this would not be something the boss wants to hear. So this new boss just blows you off, tells you you made a mistake. Okay, you know you didn't. You're put a mile behind with the belts running. You got to keep the oranges and apples packed while you're sorting out these two boxes. This shouldn't have had to happen to you, but the boss don't care. He's not going to ask any questions, right? Right. So you let it go. If the boss lets it go. You feel a little upset over the fact that the boss didn't listen. He just told you you made a mistake. You know you didn't make a mistake, but the boss just assumed for you because the boss knows because he assumed. Or she assumed. Right? So, this is what we have in today's society too. Right here on YouTube too. Nobody does their legwork. They assume for others. Online and offline, and in the workplace, and in your face in real life. Every day. Nobody will ask questions or look into nothing. They will assume. And when they assume, they know they're right even if they're not. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's a form of division. And you know why the boss wouldn't look the bully's way? Because the bully's been busy buttering up to the boss. That's right. And the bully's not a stupid bully. They've been bullying their whole life. And as long as the boss is naive, they'll play the boss for what's worth. And as long as the boss has power, it's gone to his head, he's going to get worse, or she's going to get worse. Because power don't recognize gender. And power totally corrupts. Even a little position in a company can corrupt the mind. I know, I've seen it. More than once in my life. But it's also a form of division. It really is. And it's pathetic when it comes from somebody who claims to be awake. When somebody lets their head swell and allows power to corrupt their brain. And doing unto others that you don't want done unto yourself. Using your head. You know, myself, through all my jobs in my life, I've earned my reputation through my work. You know, and then you get somebody with a swollen head that comes along that don't look into anything. Assumes for you that don't know you and tries to destroy your reputation off of ignorance and dumbness. Or maybe they just don't want to believe that anybody can do anything on it. It don't matter. It just don't matter. The real point behind this video is division's winning. Division has won. People ain't going to stand together. Everybody's too about themselves. Nobody wants to take the time to look into anything. Nobody will ask questions in your face in real life. And they won't ask questions online either. What few will is very few. The majority won't. The majority don't even care. Even the ones that claim to be awake. Don't really care. They only care to talk about it. They'll never do anything about it. They're not going to let your family. As a matter of fact, they're going to be part of the problem. Because they've been brainwashed by the system their whole life like everybody else. They haven't woke up enough to realize what they're doing. And when they got a position and let it go to their head, I mean, they were feeling good at the time. Okay. They never given no second thought because they know to get to position, they'd be smart, right? They know when they assume things that they're right, right? 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 Not. It's just sad. It's sad to see what I see, but this is one of the reasons I've stopped a lot of what I'm doing is nobody's going to stand together. You got too many people playing devil's advocate, smearing the truth. You got too many people that won't look into anything for themselves, want to be hand-fed everything. And you got too many people that are all about themselves and don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. This is what you have. And in today's society, with all the bullshit going on, the lying from the mainstream media, and the lies that are being spread all over YouTube and all over the internet, and people assuming for one another, and then you get people on the workplace that are just as ignorant as all hell, because it's just as ignorant as the internet they are in real life, and it makes it hard sometimes. It really does. Because when you care about other people, you know, when you care about other people, see, listen to this a moment. I'll provide the link for
I
it
suggest
later.
turning off the comment sections of all web boards if you make a video on YouTube. Why? Because no good can come from it anymore. There's just no more common sense and empathy and understanding that live in the majority. It exists on the outskirts of society in circles of kind, caring, compassionate human beings, yes, but you are now in the minority, so you have to take steps to protect yourself. This is not a selfish act, however, quite the contrary. Kindness and consensus are extremely rare these days, and this kind of high vibrational energy only comes from people with high emotional intelligence. You can't even say water is wet without someone calling you an idiot, and then someone calling that person an idiot, and then boom, the dialectic. Divide and conquer.
There you go. And every word this person spoke is true. And I'll provide the link to it so that you can watch it and tell this person thank you for their so truthful words, because I'm all truthful words, every last bit of it. See, my problem is I actually care about what's going on. It's the reason I've struggled so hard to try to help other people my whole life, because I've always been this type of person. But when he made the statement there, I just, what could I say? I mean, it wasn't so much true that it is true. It's so true right here.
You have to take steps to protect yourself. This is not a selfish act, however, quite the contrary. Kindness and consensus are extremely rare these days.
Yes, kindness and consensus is extremely rare these days, and I've been this my whole life. I've done things for people that other people wouldn't do, and I wouldn't care. I go out of my way to help people and bend over backwards and ask no pay in return, to be shit and shattered on in return for doing so.
And this kind of high vibrational energy only comes from people with high emotional intelligence. You can't even say water is wet without someone calling you an idiot, and then someone calling that person an idiot, and then boom, the dialectic. Divide and conquer.
That's right. Exactly it. Divide and conquer. Power, greed, and power corrupts the human mind. And if you're awake and you claim to be awake and you think you're awake and you allow power to corrupt your mind, you're not awake. And you can't even say you're awake. Well, you can say it, but don't make it true. Because if you're willing to be part of the problem, then don't bitch about the problem that's going on with others when you're going to join into it. If it's just the same, I want to talk a little bit about this topic because of the fact that it's around me everywhere, every day. I get so sick of seeing it. There's nothing I can do about it. Just waiting patiently for the day that your dollar comes tumbling down, your jobs go out the door, and even you bullies find yourself in a very bad spot. And you ignorant ones who think you got a position over others. Some of them people that you're busy squatting on while you're having your power trip, they won't be there when people should stand together to stand with you. No way. See, because you're helping to create division. You're helping to make sure people don't stand together. Because you have a position, you have power, you have authority. I've seen it many times in the workplace myself. It's disgusting. But our society has this attitude that it's a competition. It's an arena. It's a sport. It's a challenge. Everything is a sport, an arena, a challenge, a game. That's right. Every other thing's a lie, a lie, a lie. Look at your TV set. Lies after lies after lies. Everybody's about themselves. Nobody cares about anything else. Nobody cares about nobody else. They don't care who they lie to, but they want to be lied to themselves. They don't want to do anything about anything, but they want to complain about everything. Or they're in a position and they just enjoy their power. Or they don't look into stuff before they open their mouth. That's right. And they'll say stuff that's not true and swear that they know they're right even when they're not right because they never looked into it. Because they didn't have to, right? Because it would have inconvenienced them or hurt their ego or whatever. And with the censorship that's going on and the selfishness that's going on and the wrong attitude on YouTube, I agree with the guy when he says to disconnect your comments under the videos anymore because there's common sense is gone, and it's correct. Blow off your comment section because the majority of people that are on the comment section are completely sheeple. I mean, they're just fighting division, fighting one another under somebody else's video over something somebody said. And I don't know. I agree with that. Disable the comment section. I haven't done that yet. It's a pretty smart idea just to disable the comment section. I never did that. But I haven't done it. But then I've slowed down on making videos, haven't I? And I might just slow down until I'm not making them no more. What for? What good does it do? I will understand up for what's right. But I can't change things alone. We all have to want the same thing. This world is what we make of it. If we wanted this world to be right, it would be right. But it's so obvious that that's what nobody wants. Everybody wants what's for them. They don't give a shit about the other. They don't care who they run over along the way. They don't care who they throw under the bus, even in the workplace. Supervisor gets a position, throws an employee under the bus, so what? Got a position now. You can throw them under the bus all you want. They can't do much about it, right? That's right. Don't worry, your day's coming too. You'll be thrown under the bus. Because the United States is getting ready to go bye-bye. It will. You can count on it. Your dollar's going to fall. It's going to be more jobs crashing. It's going to be another false flag. It's going to be a bunch of sheep yelling, USA, 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 like in Boston. Well, they lose all of their rights and their freedom, and then they lose their lives. and millions of people die. All for what?